Browns players visibly upset. It's getting real bad in Cleveland. The Cleveland Browns are crumbling from the inside out. What was supposed to be a season of revival has spiraled into an emotional, divided, and chaotic nightmare. The players are frustrated, the coaching staff is disjointed, and the locker room atmosphere feels like a ticking time bomb waiting to explode. From the outside, fans see a franchise with potential. A talented roster, big-name players, and a passionate fan base that bleeds orange and brown. But behind the scenes, something darker is brewing in Cleveland. Players are visibly upset, and those close to the team describe a locker room full of tension, confusion, and mistrust. What began as whispers has become impossible to ignore. It's getting real bad in Cleveland. A locker room on edge. When cameras caught Browns players arguing on the sidelines after their latest loss, fans assumed it was just another moment of frustration in a losing season. But insiders say that argument was the tip of the iceberg. According to several team sources, multiple veterans have grown increasingly upset with how things are being handled, from the coaching strategies to the front office's decision-making. Some players have even expressed anger privately about the lack of communication between the coaches and the locker room leaders. "They're not listening to us," one veteran reportedly told a teammate after practice. "We've got guys out here giving everything they have, and nobody's hearing us. It's like they've stopped caring." The body language on the field speaks volumes. Heads down, helmets thrown, shrugs after missed assignments. The unity that once fueled this team has evaporated. And when the cameras turn off, the conversations get even more raw. Players who once stood together now sit in different corners of the locker room. It's a painful sight, a fractured family that no longer believes in its leadership. The emotional fallout. Cleveland has always been a city of resilience, a blue-collar town that celebrates grit and loyalty. But even the most loyal fans can feel the emotional unraveling of this team. After the Browns' latest loss, some players stayed on the field long after the final whistle, staring blankly into the distance. Others refused post-game interviews altogether. One lineman reportedly broke down in tears in the locker room, saying, "I can't keep doing this. Something has to change." It's not just about losing games, it's about losing faith. Players are tired of inconsistent leadership. They're tired of being the punchline of the AFC North. And they're tired of walking into the facility every day feeling like the season is slipping away before their eyes. The frustration has boiled over to the point where even practice sessions have turned confrontational. Coaches shout, players roll their eyes, and positional meetings turn into heated debates. What used to be a professional environment now feels like emotional warfare. The quarterback controversy that tore it open. The arrival of Shedeur Sanders was supposed to bring hope. Instead, it ignited chaos. When the Browns traded for the young quarterback, the son of NFL legend and college coach Deion Coach Prime, Sanders, fans exploded with excitement. Shedeur was seen as the new face of the franchise. A composed, electric passer who could finally give Cleveland the star power it's lacked for decades. But inside the locker room, not everyone was thrilled. Some veterans questioned the decision to bring in another quarterback when the team already had a crowded QB room. Others felt the front office was prioritizing media buzz over football logic. The competition between Shedeur and the established starter created tension from day one. Teammates took sides, coaches fumbled the communication, and soon, the team divided into factions, the old guard and the new wave. "Shedeur's a good kid," one defensive player told reporters anonymously, "but this whole situation was handled wrong. We didn't need more distractions. We needed direction." Instead of clarity, the Browns got controversy. Every incomplete pass, every decision, every sideline reaction became a national headline. ESPN cameras followed Shedeur's every move, while other players quietly grew resentful of the attention. And now, that resentment is spilling over into public view. Coaching under fire, Head coach Kevin Stefanski has been walking a tightrope all season, but that rope is fraying fast. Once praised for his calm demeanor and analytical mind, Stefanski now faces accusations of losing the locker room. Players reportedly feel disconnected from his leadership style, claiming he's become too rigid and emotionless at a time when the team needs heart. Coach is smart, but sometimes it feels like he's coaching a spreadsheet, not a team, one player said, according to local insiders. That disconnect has led to visible frustration on the field. Players openly shake their heads after play calls. Sideline communication has broken down, and several assistants have privately voiced frustration over Stefanski's unwillingness to adjust game plans. Even the offensive identity, once the Browns' strength, has dissolved into confusion. Some games, they run a heavy ground attack. Other times, they air it out with Shedeur. But nothing feels cohesive. As the losses mount, so does the tension. Every team meeting now feels like a referendum on the head coach's future. A team at war with itself. There's a saying in football, you can't fake chemistry. And right now, the Browns are trying to fake something they no longer have. Players who once celebrated touchdowns together now avoid eye contact. Star defenders question the effort of offensive teammates. Wide receivers complain about targets. Offensive linemen blame play calling. It's chaos, not just physical but emotional. During one heated film session last week, 2 starters reportedly had to be separated after a shouting match over missed assignments. The coaching staff tried to downplay the incident, but it's part of a growing pattern of emotional outbursts that show just how fractured this team has become. In the NFL, when frustration replaces trust, everything falls apart. The pressure cooker of Cleveland. Cleveland's sports culture is unlike any other. Fans are passionate, loyal, and demanding. They've endured decades of heartbreak, from the drive to the fumble, to endless rebuilds that never seem to end. So when they see players arguing on the sidelines, it hurts deeper than a normal loss. Cleveland fans don't just watch their team, they live it. And when they sense that their players are giving up, that emotional connection turns into outrage. Social media has exploded with clips of Browns players slamming helmets, ignoring coaches, and walking off the field. The comments are brutal. Where's the fight? Do they even care anymore? Same old Browns. The players see it too. Some have deleted social media entirely. Others have posted cryptic messages hinting at frustration with the organization. The emotional toll is undeniable. Shedeur Sanders in the eye of the storm. While Shedeur Sanders didn't create this storm, he's standing in the middle of it. Every move he makes, every throw, every interview gets dissected. When he walks off the field, cameras chase him. When he sits on the bench, analysts read his body language like a psychological exam. He's trying to stay composed, often deflecting questions about locker room tension. "We're just focused on getting better," he said repeatedly. But insiders describe a young quarterback struggling to keep his head above the emotional chaos. Shedeur has immense potential, poise, accuracy, leadership. But Cleveland is not an easy place for a young quarterback to develop. The expectations are suffocating, and the criticism is relentless. Even some teammates reportedly feel torn, supportive of Shedeur's talent, but weary of the media circus surrounding him. "None of this is his fault," one teammate admitted. "But it's like every week, we're living in a soap opera.